Let's confess it. We are all the time now attached to our mobiles. Technology is not only serving us, but it can also define us, define our motives, our dreams, ambitions, hopes, personalities, you name it. Scrolling these videos, it seems that it's not only just scrolling videos, but it's also about our characters. But for example, the TikTok AI recommendations are really that dominant over our own choices? This is going to be my first question to my dear guest, Dr. Asma Abdelaziz, researcher and translator in humanities. Let's start with this question, Dr. Asma, if you permit me.
Thank you, and thank you for having me. First, let me clarify that we live in a world where social media regularly punctuates our lives, not only by guiding our actions, but also by shaping our tastes, preferences, and interests. And with regard to your question, we can illustrate this with an analogy from Gilbert Chesterton's short story, Tremendous Trifles, in which two children set out to explore the world. One dreams of becoming a tiny little creature like an ant to uncover the hidden details and subtle details of the world. The other of growing into a grandiose giant able to dominate and dismiss that world. The author advocates an immersive perspective that draws us into subtle, tiny, hidden details and rejects the lofty, superior figure embodied by this titanic giant he describes. Likewise, AI recommendation algorithm functions as that satanic giant. It strides over every blade of grass without ever noticing the tiny details. It stumps through our feeds, measuring every swipe, every tab, and even every pose, only for its own benefits.
Dr. Asma, there are accusations for TikTok in specific that it introduced very shallow entertainment, and unfortunately its benefits are much less than its harm impacts, particularly on the youth or the new generations. Are you with or against that, or it's our usage which should be controlled in a way that we can avoid the disadvantages and benefit from the advantages?
Well, this point couldn't be addressed unless we break all this down. Think of our social media feed as a huge crowded marketplace where everyone's trying to grab your attention at once. First, you scroll past dozens of posts every minute, but you only stop for the ones that pop immediately. Second, early reactions matter most. That means platform algorithms watch which posts get likes, comments, and shares right away. Third, fast engagement wins. That means if a silly dance clip or flashy dances or prank video gets a burst of thumbs up in its few seconds, algorithms assume people love this.
What we call trend?
Yeah, exactly, and shows it to even more users. Fourth, which is the most important one, quality gets squeezed out. That means a thought-provoking documentary or deep culture discussion or critical debate struggles to surface. And according to the latest statistics, Egyptian youth are among the world's most active social media active users. TikTok alone counts about 42 million users. So naturally, the what so-called culture depth of youth is extremely affected by algorithms, which create a feedback loop, distorting their perception of what's popular or relevant, making them think that you wouldn't become famous or public figure unless you hook viewers with silly pranks or
But whatever it is,
whatever it is.
I mean, at whatever cost. But this means that TikTok, for example, or the TikTok AI recommendations are shaping us as persons. And if our taste, for example, or public taste is deteriorating, so this is the direct impact of these choices. True? I mean, which side is responsible? Us as users or the recommendations of AI TikTok? I mean, which is which?
Well, this point dovetails with arguments made by many writers. Some relevant books, to name a few, including 10 Arguments for Deleting Our Social Media Accounts Right Away by Jaron Lanier, Amusing Ourselves to Death by Neil Postman, and Culture Jam by Cal Lassen. All these books demonstrate the responsibility for the deterioration of what so-called public taste lies with both platforms and individuals. Although users seem to control or choose what they watch, algorithms heavily influence those selections by prioritizing content that captures attention. Over time, this feedback loop creates shapes taste almost gradually, showing how the machine exerts power in concert with user behavior. Personally, I think this is a vicious circle. The more we engage,
A vicious circle, and the more we are engaged, the more.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, but not far from this. Or let me put my question in other words, because I think or I feel that what we are talking about is a kind of an addiction, being all the time directed to the social media in general, TikTok in specific, because you've said it's more than 43 million people. So the word addiction here, it really suits or really describe the situation.
Yeah, precisely. Kind of. Here is the thing. These platforms are run by profit-driven entities. Their main goal isn't just to understand our preferences, but to reshape them. They collect our data and use powerful algorithms carefully designed to keep us hooked. And you know what? This is what calls the engineered consumption is all about. To keep our attention on, to keep us hooked, to keep us constantly scrolling. Platforms isn't merely this distort culture. They are extract value from human expression. Yeah. If you have that, you have the world. Yeah, exactly. Transforming every dance, every idea, every opinion into monetizable data. So what seems like a matter of taste is in reality a product of digital labor or algorithmic exploitation, making the idea of genuine user content increasingly less plausible.
Dr. Asma, thank you very much for your input, dear.
Thank you, and thanks for having me again. Thank you.
Right after the short break, we are going to be back with more. Stay tuned.